it didn't save the battle I did before. Well, that's fine. I have no problem. Like, to me, it's one of those situations, if it didn't save the actual duel I did with this guy, or this card game I had with this guy, then it's like, fine. Like, I get to do it again. Let's go. Can't you see that, buddy? But I'm supposed to know if you're truly qualified. Yeah, like, that's fine. You know what I mean? Perfectly fine. So I guess it didn't save, like, right afterwards. This is not a problem in my mind whatsoever because, like, I genuinely love playing this game. By the way, hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Inscryption. And yes, as I said, I have no issue in any way, shape, or form with playing this game again or doing a part I've done before because it's so fun. We can't do anything right now, but we have Defender Bot there as well. The strategy for these guys is to get rid of the battery. There's hands as well. This is not a great hand at all, but it's okay because I actually think that you can probably like come back from this like in a good strong way if you get, oh god, this is a terrible hand. Is this what we can come back from this. We can still come back from this. I want to say it now. We can still come back from this. Oh my god, it's one of the worst hands I've ever gotten. Today we're gonna be looking at the deck and we're gonna be restructuring things and looking at everything, so like this is not gonna be what the deck is gonna look like hopefully by the end of this. That is so funny. That was one of the worst hands ever. Many bots are now passed uninspected. I fear PL3 will actually have something to complain about now. Actually, this distraction has become troublesome. Yeah, that's so funny. Because again, like this is not a great deck right now, I don't think. But like, see, it's so unlucky to not get one of our 8 skeletons to start off with. You know what I mean? It's so unlucky. And this hand here is actually pretty freaking good. You know what I mean? Because then we can do this. Bring another skeleton to our hand again. And then do 3 damage to start off with. You know what I mean? Like it is obviously luck, of course, when you draw stuff as well. But there is like obviously one of those things where people are talking about how there is like what we suspected there was a very fair and balanced way of doing things where you will always get something that you can like play on the first turn. Technically in the original part of the game, I'm not sure if it's the same here, because here you're making your own deck constantly. At this point, if you get an unfair hand, it's probably because you have like an unstructured, unheavy, or a heavy set hand, or deck I should say. So if I have too many cards that like need summoning or extra bones, then it can be an issue. Obviously for me, it's one of those things where I have like 13 cards in my deck that you can just play right away. Without, I think like, no, maybe not 13, maybe like 11. So obviously there's like a 50-50 chance that I don't get a card I can play, but still, we want to make sure that we can improve those odds, and you can just get unlucky as well, you know? Yeah. Let you do that as well. We can summon, we can literally, like this, I actually really like these strategies. I don't want to give up the bone strategies too much, because I actually really like this stuff. Because now we can do this, and summon Fish Boy. Yeah, good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the strategy we have now is what we created for the Gamora fight, which I had a lot of trouble with, which is cards that I can quickly sacrifice as quick as possible to do as much damage as possible. Obviously, we got unlucky the first turn as well, but yeah, I think it's donezo. Yeah. No? Oh, okay, because it was you don't do direct damage. Yeah, that makes sense. I keep thinking in Yu-Gi-Oh! Mindset, right? Where it's like, well, I still did damage to the cards, you know? Yeah. It's not a bad deck, right? But I do still think we need to look at all the other cards too, because there's even like a side of the deck, like these cards I was neglecting as well. Oh dear, your message from PO3 must indeed be genuine. As I mentioned, I'm a mere inspector, not an engineer, not a designer. I cannot send new bots on the line, but I can send myself. I'm proud to have served PO3 faithfully. Well met, stranger. Yeah. So we're actually going to do that right now, where we're going to look at all our cards. I see it says last saved 19 seconds ago, which means I thought that meant like literally 19 seconds ago, but it actually meant the duel, right? The battle that we did there as well. So if you can alter our deck, the cards I want to look at this time is we have a lot of these type of cards. I'm wondering like, if this is something we should start utilizing, because I was kind of afraid to utilize them because it was so fresh and so new. And the bone deck is something I learned how to use, and the beast stuff is something we already knew as well. But I'm wondering if like there's like we can read through some of this stuff here and like, because now I know what these do like by fighting him, and I wonder if it's something we should try out. Maybe Not entirely, just because we don't have enough of these cards to make something out of this, maybe. We'll see. Bolt Hound we can do something with. But you need charges, right? You need charges. Other creatures within a circuit completed by a buff conduit gain 1 power. Yeah. So you have to have this on one side and this on the other side. Wait, they spawn lapbots at the end of the... Okay, so empty spaces within a circuit completed by... I don't think we have enough of these cards to do anything with these cards right now. I think that using Defender Bot is fine. I think I actually like... As much as I thought that maybe I should have been using more of these guys, do you guys agree that looking at them right now, we wouldn't have had enough robotic cards in this moment to do something like this? Now, we could have probably gone off and got some booster packs for the robotic cards, but looking at what we have right now, we couldn't have like assembled a deck that really would have helped us out with this stuff here. Because even if we brought this in, we would have had to like wait to get some charges. So yeah, this one, when empty spaces within a circle completed by the factory conduit spawn leap bots at the end of the owner's turn. Yeah, so we can put this on either side, but if we don't draw these on either side, then we would have an issue. Like, that's the thing. We need more of these cards. Yeah, and then on the other side, we have these cards, which I think are really interesting as well, but we don't have a lot of these either. But then again, we can go get some like packs. I think that's the whole point in a way. If Master Grange's owner controls no Mox cards, Master Grange perishes. If Mage People's owner controls no... What's a Mox? Is this a Mox card? Sapphire Mox. Okay, can't be sacrificed. So Sapphire Mox is on the board. It provides a blue gem to its owner. So this is a Mox card. So these are Moxes, I guess. No? Oh, wait. So we have 4... So these are... They will have Mox in the name? That's a really interesting concept. Activate. Pay 2 bones to increase the power and health of Gourmage by 1. Okay. So this is a bone card as well. And we could have used this, I guess. And increases their power and health. This actually wouldn't be a terrible idea, especially since we can just play it and summon it right away, but... Or can you? Because it has the symbol up in the corner. Maybe you actually have to, like, sacrifice this. I know, because like, I don't know what that symbol means. Pay 3 energy to increase the power and health of the stim. What? So there's a lot of these like cards here as well. Can't be sacrificed. When Ruby Golden perishes, a Ruby Mox is created in its place. So that will create a Mox card. So we actually can create a Mox card for that as well. So there is like a possibility we could like do something like this if we gain more of these type of cards. But you need to have a Mox card on the field. Mage's Pupil. Is there a way to find out what the actual symbols... I guess like the only way to really find out is to like maybe battle the mages. Maybe there's like a tutorial somewhere that I'm missing as well. Maybe we'll find out like in battle with them, like we did with the electronic cards, because it's so interesting that even without like a direct tutorial, I was able to find out like how these cards work just by watching them be played, right? I definitely think we could make like a deck out of like these guys now, but to try it out after we get all the robotic cards. So maybe we'll go through the robotic stuff again. I guess like for now, maybe I'm wrong, but like I kind of want to stick to maybe doing beast cards and bone cards for now. And maybe adapt in the future as well. So I know we've already done this, but because we've already like taken out all these cards here, is there anything that we can like change? Like I think Tomb Robber is a great card. I like having Tomb Robber in the deck. Dead Hand, we weren't able to use it at the time because it takes so much to sacrifice. But I kind of like the idea of it too. Salmon and Elk have been godsends. But since we have Uralei, should we like maybe bring Uralei instead of Grizzly into deck? Because if we're going to be able to play 3 cards, maybe it might be a good idea to like have a really big powerhouse. If we're going to have a 1 card in our deck that is like a big gigantic powerhouse, maybe Uralei might be better. Even though I think like Grizzly might be easier to summon. I actually think we should bring Wolf Cub back into the team. If we can find a way to put it in an empty space and summon it that way. Adder is not a bad idea for maybe boss battles as well, I feel like. So maybe if we like... I think maybe take out one of the Elks or one of the Salmons. Maybe one of the Elks for a Wolf Cub. Because I don't know why I would take Wolf Cub out of the deck. I think that like also Mantis God as well, doing like 3 damage and like 2... It does 1 damage to like 1 enemy, and then there's like damage on the side as well. So maybe putting in Mantis God and taking out Another card as well. Maybe like we could take like we need to take out like one card that has like maybe like salmon. But then again, like having like the damage of salmon is like a really powerful part of our team. We could try it, like having like one salmon card, because we're gonna draw it anyway, right? Like if there's 20 cards, we're gonna get to it quicker, and that's the point. Banshee, Ghost Ship. I like these hands. Maybe like taking out Dead Hand. Because here's the thing, my thing with Dead Hand is I think this is such a cool idea for card. It's like card destruction in a way, right? And the way you could use card destruction to be overpowered back when we were kids. And like, I don't know if it's banned now, but like, you play card destruction if you only have one card, or if you like again, if you have no cards in your hand, play card destruction, and like the rules technically allow you to draw 5 cards, even though you didn't discard any cards. And I wonder if it's the same thing here, is if you just play this when you have no cards, will you just get like 4 cards, or will it just not apply by the rules there? Like, or will like the rule is like you have to have cards in your hand or something, who knows? But 5 is a lot to summon just to draw new cards when we're already drawing cards. So maybe take out Dead Hand, and we might be able to put in one Headless Horseman. Just, again, if we can build up to that many. But then, see, then it's also like Gravedigger is another great card then for bones, if we're going for bones as well. Because right now it's like we're going for summons, but if we're going for bones too, Gravedigger's a good card to have. Let's try this. Let's try this out. And again, it's about trial and error, I feel like, sometimes too, especially for someone like me who like is not obviously like well versed in how I come from a Yu-Gi-Oh background, but I'm not obviously like a big deck builder all the time. So let's see how we can do this like to the best of our ability. You see the Techno card pack? Here we go. Oh my god, okay. Really cool designs on these cards. I always really like them. When Shutterbug damages another creature, that creature perishes. Also, when a creature moves into space opposing Shutterbug, they are dealt 1. Okay. So, when they damage another creature, it's going to perish. That's a good move, by the way. And like having like 5 energy. I don't know how quickly we gain energy. We should see that in a battle as well. When a creature moves into a space opposing Shutterbug, they are dealt 1 damage. That's great. Like, imagine that, like, not only do we kill them in 1 hit, there's also a thing where, like, any enemy that goes in opposing you is going to have, like, 1 damage, so they could just be destroyed instantly. Let's see how much power we gain. This is another cool thing as well. Energy cells, another great card. I kind of want to try out the robot cards if we can get enough packs, right? Is this another thing? Oh, we already did this. Yeah, I 100%. I definitely want to try out the robot cards if we can get some more packs as well. It sounds really fun. When Mrs. Bomb is played, fill all empty spaces with explode bots? That's sick. That's so sick. At the end of the owner's turn, Muscle Mage will move in the direction of inscribed, and the sigil of creatures in the way will be pushed in the same direction. Okay. I really love this. The robot cards are really cool. It might have been a fun idea to pick them, but then again, I didn't know. Like, I was just going for like what I thought was always cool in Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was like zombie decks, you know? More power here, so we need to make more here, so I'm gonna go +1 to here, maybe? +1. That's not right at all. So we need to make, obviously, 4. So, +1 here. That's 3. And then... yeah. Perfect. Okay. Still how the music plays in here. It's so oppressive and in such a, like... and we use the word oppressive in this game a lot, but I feel like we, like... intentionally so we lost that kind of oppressiveness when we came into, like, this really whimsical RPG world. And then it feels a lot more whimsical. So coming here is actually, like, you know, having this very cold area... it's actually, like, a really cool idea to make a contrast for, like, the very whimsical nature of this world so far, you know? So we need to make 4 out of 5, so that would be... so there's 1, 2... so we put that there, +0 there. And what if you put -1 here? That's 4 out of 5. Again. Oh, and there's also this here, which is like a cut-off battery thing. For some reason. And plus 0? No. I don't know why, like, right now my brain is just, like, not turned on. I'm looking at this going, like, what? What is this? So 1, 2, 1. So if I put, again, I think plus 1 here. Plus 0 here, maybe? 7 out of 5, and then minus 1 here. 4 out of 5. What happens if we cut off the battery here? Or if we do a minus 1 here? No, it puts on to 5. How does that make any sense? Because right now it's 2. 0 plus 0, 2, 3, that's 5, 7. Would this not be like... Oh, no, because then it goes 1 minus... Yeah, no, I get it, okay. So if we actually go like this... No, wait. Oh, this is confusing to me. Am I being silly Billy right now? So I go plus 1 here, and then minus 1 here. And then plus 0 here. No, why am I being such a silly Billy? Okay, there we go. But then we also have to deal with this on the side, though. So maybe over here. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah. This again, these puzzles, like I think it just my brain just shut off today because we were doing fine in them. I just like today I'm just like my mind is not even like registering. So this is gonna be another battle we do as well.
Let me out.
Let me out.
What was that? I am the melter.
Wait, it's someone saying let me out?
They send me raw materials and I will... Yeah, you see how it works. Not another word out of you. We must have a card battle.
I'm excited. The card battles are so fun in this game that like it's just always entertaining here as well. We have a skeleton. We have your lay. I'm going to put a skeleton on this side here. And then put someone on this side as well. Let us get a few bones in place here too. We could save the skeletons for some other time as well. I'm gonna let them do some damage here so we can have like a little bit of a sacrifice. You know, we can do a sacrifice. Yeah, do a sacrifice. Do a little sacrifice. Reduce their power outage as soon as possible so they can't do any damage. But they could just bring more power as well into the as well. 4, we're so close, but continue just like disconnecting them as much as possible. Let them do that. That's fine. Salmon emerges from the deep. Ooh, yeah. We need a sacrifice, so that's the only thing. I think we just keep going with this configuration right now because again, we're not losing. You know what I mean? At the moment, we're not losing. And we could draw some more skeletons. Which disconnects these guys, which is good. A skeleton, which now we can use this to summon our Wolfola. And then also summon the ghost ship if we wanted to as well. Which I'm all for. And we gain this as well. Salmon emerges in the deep. We have the ability to summon the elk. Yeah. Yeah, I think this deck is not bad so far for what we have here. I think the Headless Horseman might be a pipe dream with the deck we have, though. I think we could replace the Headless Horseman a little bit, maybe. And, like, you know, the ability to summon bone characters, maybe we just do, like, more of a sacrificial deck, like, in that ways, too. But I think the Headless Horseman is a little bit of a pipe dream. I really do think that he's a pipe dream. As much as I like him a lot. As much as I think he's really cool. Yeah. Honestly, we'll win this right now. Yep. I think that the Headless Horseman's a pipe dream. I think with our current configuration, at the very least, we're not going to get there. Help me. Excellent. He keeps saying, wait, did you need help? Now, with that aside, what did you come to tell me?
PO3 wishes for better bots for his scanner? That is difficult, you see. I melt the metal, but I cannot reprogram the stamping machine. No.
Wait, there's like extra dialogue here.
There's no way to send at least the one new bot down the line. No. Yes, but PO3.
Is he like exclaiming that he needs help as well? That's so dark. That's so dark. And are like getting smelted and burnt, all these little machines here. That's so, oh my god. There's always like a dark undertone in this game though, always. I'm gonna take the Headless Horseman off the team. And we're gonna maybe add like a card that's like easier to play, maybe easier to summon, maybe one of these cards. We already have a Mantis God on the team. Maybe we can put 2 Mantis Gods. When a cat is sacrificed, it does not perish. This actually wouldn't be a terrible idea if we wanted to, like, do a bunch of summons, right? Yeah. It's just the problem is with having, like, already the Banshee is a little bit, like, wishful thinking in a way. But I still think it's possible to summon the Banshee still. We'll see. We'll adapt as we're going forward. Yeah, there's like obviously there's like a darkness behind everything here as well. Like especially like with the robot here exclaiming that maybe he needs help. Okay, so let's try to do better on this because I definitely wasn't doing better on this before. So 1 minus 2, which is 3, plus 1. So if I put plus 1 here and then put plus 1 here, that's 3 out of. Oh, but then I'll still have to cut off stuff like here. Yeah, so that's a problem. So we can't just do. Well, we got no. That's minus 3 out of minus 3 as well. that's not plus 3. So really, I feel like we have to cover up the minuses first of all, right? Yeah. Okay. Man, the environment, this whole location is so fantastic. It just like makes me feel so nervous. So it's minus 3. So we need to get to 5. So then I think again we need to start putting like maybe like this here. This here. Cut off this. But then this would go to a minus. Oh no, there we go. Okay. Oh my god, it's so designed like an RPG. And someone said it's like the Pokemon TCG game, and I do definitely see it that way as well. Oh, some cards up here. No, oh wait, okay, it is definitely like an RPG. Go back up as well. Let's go over here and get what we need to get out here as well. Yeah, because I definitely want to try out these robot cards at some point. And your energy conduit. If energy conduit is part of a completed circuit, your energy never depletes. That's pretty sick. When Warren is played, a rabbit is created in your hands. A rabbit is defined as... Okay, so can we sacrifice the rabbit? Because that would be pretty freaking good. If we can sacrifice the rabbit, that would be really, really good. What the hell? Well, Mox module is on the board. It provides a green, orange, and blue gem to its owner. So these are gems. When Steel Mice is played, a copy of it is created in your hand. I want to try out the Warren card then, right? I think that might be a good idea. So maybe if we take out the cat card and put in the Warren card, we might get extra sacrifices in some ways. So if I put in Warren. Is it not a beast card? Oh, it is. Okay. Like, just try it out. You know what I mean? You never know. Wait, is that something? Is there a machine in the water over there as well? It feels so cold. So cold in here.
Oi, mate. I know what you're here for.
Look at this design as well.
You asking me to take a dive, but I can't accommodate you, mate. Got special orders, innit? Looking to dread something special. We can do, aye? Maybe even give you something you win if you win. But I can't be taking a dive. PO3 will understand.
I love, like, the universal, like, symbol of changing your voice when you hear the word oi. It just makes sense. Okay, let's do it. We can try at the Warren right now. But then again, like, I guess, like, it gives you an extra thing for a summon, so maybe not play it right now. Right? The fact that yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like maybe, you know, getting some bones is not a bad idea, but...
You know what, mate? Can't take me eyes over work here. I'll give you this one.
Wait, what? What?
Hey, take it back.
Wait! I was wondering why you didn't play any cards. You received a techno card back. Thank you. Bro said I have too much work to do. Oh, we got another one of these shutterbugs as well. Very cool. That's so funny.
Now off with you, I need to concentrate. Oi, what is that? Beatrice's gonna war big for this one?
Wait, so he didn't...
Off with you. Still something after I gave you a pack? Get off! Get off!
Wait, what do we do about this guy then? What the frick is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, is he sending that down? What? Did you see all the... What is it? There's like different card symbols? Is that what he sent there instead of himself? Oh my god, that's so scary. What the hell is that? I think at one point there was like, yeah, oh god, we gotta go. Do you think we did what we came to do? Regardless, that's, again, pretty funny that one of the guys is like, yeah, buddy, I have so much work to do, I can't take my eyes off my work right now, but he sent something else down towards us instead, I guess. That, you know, block. Maybe there's something on this side. Oh, it's a card. Actually, I actually do want to buy some cards. You wish to trade? And actually, I might wait to see... No, let's buy a pack. I want to try out these robot cards as much as possible. These techno cards, I should say. Plasma Jimmy. Activate. Pay 1 energy to deal 1 damage to the creature across from the Plasma Jimmy. Okay. So, it's good defense, I guess. Another leap bot. Another elk. Okay. Let's try and battle the hell out of... I guess if PO3 will let us battle him now?
The bots haven't gotten much better, but you battled all my workers and you actually won? Give me that deck again. Wow, you beat them with that?
Alright. He's like, what, this? Dude, I don't know how I beat them either. I barely know how I beat them.
Maybe there are some synergies that I missed then. Let's go then.
He's like, maybe this bad deck has something I don't even know about. No, I just noticed the arrows and I gotta chill. You see those conveyor belts just like my factory.
At the very least, I ought to test your lane positioning.
So when we place something, it's gonna be moved to the side maybe per turn? This is such an interesting idea. So if I place this here, it's gonna be moved eventually. That's so interesting. Let's keep one just in case for a sacrifice. Skeleton collapses in the pile of bones, so we can summon the Banshee as soon as possible, but now we have this obviously to contend with. They're not doing a lot of amazing damage.
See how that works? Okay, your turn.
Okay, we have Buddy here. So I'm going to place Buddy here so they can get some defense there, I guess. And I'm going to place Banshee here. But then Banshee's going to move and so these guys, right? This is an interesting way of doing this battle. Wait. Wait, to become my cards? Is that it? That's a really interesting concept. That's a super interesting concept. I wonder how many sacrifices. That's a super interesting concept. And like, again, it reminds me of like crazy like Battle City rules or something, you know? We're gonna lose probably in this turn, this as well, for sure, but What a, like, super interesting and innovative concept, honestly. It's just super clever. As much as possible by the time we get here as well. Look at this. Actually, the skeletons actually work real because they'll never actually obtain my skeletons. You know what I mean? They're never actually allowed to have my skeletons, but they can do some damage when they come down here. Oh, wow. But now, what's crazy is I can summon Uralei, but what the issue is, he might have my Uralei then. Well, we have to chance it, right? Wait. Oh, explode bomb when they're sacrificed. Oh, that's so cool. Great stuff. Okay. We can summon Uralei, but then he's going to get my Uralei. I should have put him in another slot. Oh, no, I was just trying to do direct damage as quick as possible, guys. But that's obviously now he's going to get Uralei. You know what I mean? We beat the first round, but now he's going to get my Uralei.
Oh, scanners online. Which card to scan? Oh, you've only given me one choice.
Wait, no. The start line could be better. Uralei could be better? Oh, so sick. Now he has 2 Uraleis. Oh no, oh no. We have to put something in place there, but then... Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Put a bunny there. No matter what, we're losing. Because again, we gave him Uralei. That's the problem. He's going to scan our toughest card. So we should have waited. We should have waited to summon Uralei. Urayuli, I should say. Now, why did I say Uralei? That's not even close. It's Urayuli. It's Uralei now. We're losing no matter what. Oh, no, no, we're not. We're not. No, we are. We are. We are. I should have put the bunny here. It's fine. Okay, look. We lost. At least we know for future reference, right? Like, he's going to do 7 damage on us now, which is going to be insane. Yeah. Yeah, so we have to know that he's going to take our cards there.
You open crates around the temple, right? You need better cards.
I love how he's just, like, very much worried about our cards as well.
The old dredge wouldn't hop on the line. Do not worry, this is acceptable. Another battle?
Yes, please. I just think we could do fine with this. I think we do more fine with this, and I love the concept. I actually do love the concept.
You go first.
So if I summon a skeleton and a skeleton and then sacrifice this and put them here and then play this card here to get another skeleton. We're starting off with some good damage. Yeah, they're going to do 2 damage to us, but we're going to like try our best to like counter that as well. So
I passed it, your turn.
We've Uralei again. But this time, it's obviously a little bit different. Someone emerges from the deep. Oh, we need to sacrifice for this as well, don't we? Yeah. I'm getting as much skeletons as possible so we can just, like, yeah, do as much as possible, as quick as possible. He's gonna get my skeleton, though. And he's gonna get a skeleton card. Let's just go for it. We have to be really careful here as well. We could summon the Mantis God right now. And honestly, not a terrible idea. Oh, explode bot's gonna detonate! Oh, I forgot about explode bot. But at least they can't do any damage to us right now anyway. And we can actually do 2 damage with our boy here as well. At the very least. Yeah. there's something there. But yeah, they're all like, and they can't do much damage here because there's 0 damage here. We have Elite Bot, which is cool. Skeleton. We're very close to being able to summon your Leahy, but obviously that's not the way to go about it. Oh, did that count for 2 summons? I didn't realize. That's awesome. Oh, I forgot what Explodebot's fine though. The skeleton was gonna get destroyed anyway. Whoa! Yeah, I should have realized that as well, leaving our space open. See, that's what's interesting about this as well. A deck would have, yeah, of course. You don't expect to win that way, do you? So, the way we have to learn from this as well, right? We have to think about this right now. We have to understand that our empty spaces will change every single time. So, no matter what way we have to do, we have to understand that we will be leaving ourselves open for an attack. The back line will come forward and attack very quickly after we defeat the front lines. So we have to worry about that as well. And then, of course, we have to, like, you know, be wary of, like, him being able to use our best cards on the next turn after that also. So we have to be very wary of that. And also the effects, we have to look at his cards effect as well before we attack them. That's another thing I have to do too, for sure. Okay, let's go again. I think our deck can do this. Oh, actually not a bad hand. You got the play. So actually, like, honestly, doing a bit of, like, damage like this is not a terrible idea, guys. Oh, that's so good. What a first turn. Take my Mantis God. Take him. Show me your biggest creature. Oh, there's just one. Take him. Looks like this one. But now we're open for an attack here because... Oh, wait. If we get to go first, it's over, though. Oh, buddy. Buddy. We rendered it useless. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have gone better. And I think we just won. Yes! Awesome! What a freaking turn! Again, that was him using our Mantis God, and us, like, obviously having the Mantis God's ability being able to attack multiple things at once when only 1 health actually helped us so much. So he actually worked against himself there.
Nice luck you had.
It was very lucky. It was very lucky, but also, I'm gonna give myself a tiny bit of credit sometimes, right? Again, I always criticize myself when I'm doing something bad. I think that, like, you know, understanding that we need to put out a weaker monster, or at least, like, not have, like, Yuli out there, is something we realized. And again, it's not like I'm saying I planned to have this turn. This was one of the most luckiest things ever. It's luck like crazy. Like, getting this turn is crazy, right? Having 2 Mantis Gods on our side of the field, and the conveyor... What happened here was, let's be honest here. Yes, we understood that we needed to have a... we understood completely that we couldn't have a really tough monster out at this when the second turn started. But I do also think this is one of those times where the conveyor belt worked against PO3. Because right away, we got their card. And secondly, we also had skeletons that could attack. And also, their ability to absorb our cards is something we had to use against them. 1 health is, like, perfect. Whatever we had in the field, he was going to use as our strongest card. So, in reality, he worked against himself, like, unintentionally so. But that's how, you know, you kind of have to do things, I feel like, in this game as well, right? For sure. For sure.
I guess playing a perfect game is no match for a good RNG.
Buddy, your whole conveyor belt worked against you. It worked against you completely. It wasn't, you know, just the way things go. And again, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that I, like, came up with the strategy to use the Mantis God in that way. I think it just lined up perfectly where, like, his conveyor belt and his ability both worked against him. Which I think is a cool way of winning as well. I really do think it's a cool way of winning.
I guess you won. Your ambition to become the scribe of the dead? That naive spinster, you ought to reconsider.
Oh, he's saying we should reconsider as well? You received a techno card pack? Cool techno cards as well again. I want to try out the techno cards a bit more, maybe just to see what it's like at the very least. But I think our deck is actually not bad. I think our current deck is not too bad, but we definitely could try out the techno cards. Okay. You know what I mean? I definitely think we could try it out. There we go. We got him as well. Yeah, that was a great moment where like we were able to beat him basically like within like 2 turns. We beat him in 2 turns because his own RNG, not his own RNG, but his own methods worked against him. And again, that sometimes is the best thing, right? I think like one of the best episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna no, okay, spoilers for a lesser battle that's not one of the main battles. No, technically it's a main battle, so like spoilers, I'll put it here on the screen for Yu-Gi-Oh! Spoilers for Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2. In one of the battles in Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically every single time that this card is destroyed, the rare hunter gets to draw 2 cards. And basically there is a ability on Slifer the Sky Dragon that every time a new monster is summoned, Slifer attacks them right away. That's the ability in the actual show. So every single time that this card is summoned, or every single time this card is destroyed, it re-establishes itself onto the field, and then you get to draw 2 cards. That's just a basic explanation of what was happening. Because of this, Yugi then decided, okay, I'll take his card, and every time he summons his card, Slifer will attack his cards. So eventually he had to keep drawing cards constantly, because again, every single time the card reappears, he draws 2 cards, but then Slifer destroys it, and then his cards that he had an effect of, like behind his other cards, like a magic card, re-summoned the card again. So Slifer kept attacking. So he kept drawing cards until he had no cards deck. And in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you have no cards in your deck, you automatically lose. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Was able to use this like ability that they had against them. And I'll put no more spoilers for Yu-Gi-Oh! What I'm saying is I love the idea of using a method that the boss is using to be a detriment to you as a detriment to them. It turned out to be a bad thing for them as a player, and I actually loved the way that turned out. That was really, really fun. Also, I will say I like our deck. I think our deck is actually pretty good. But I think that what we could improve over time maybe is like just the quick. No, I think we're doing good with like the quickest way to summon cards, though. Don't you think? I think maybe. But in that battle there, our deck works so well too, because our deck is all about getting out cards as quick as possible in terms of summons. So we were getting summons from his field because he was playing more cards than we were playing. So it was shifting around. So again, when we play this next, team, we might not get the same outcome. I'm not going to buy packs just yet because there might be a thing where I prefer using, like, maybe we'll see how the magic cards work and it might be really fun and we might try it out. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, really cool environment too. Really cool battle. Love that, guys. That was awesome. That was so awesome. Oh, here's the card. Oh, do we have to battle you? You wish to trade? So yeah, they see what I mean? We could buy these as well. We could buy 3 packs of these, or we could buy 3 of the techno cards. But I kind of want to see what's the best option for me. And I think the best way to do that would be battling them, right? That's how we found out we thought the techno cards were cool. A strange monocle, you put it on. Oh my god, you can see it in game 2. We have to check out this again? The note reads, "Greetings, if you're reading this, it must be because you wish to challenge me, Magnificus, to a car battle. But in order to earn the privilege, you must something fly, defeat my 3 graduate students. As for their whereabouts, it's for you to discover. Sincerely, Magnificus." So bird, skeleton, like bird, skeleton, bird. Can we use this outside? We can. So it is a thing where, like, maybe... No, they wouldn't be outside, would they? Because it seems like the hint they're giving us here is... like, skeleton, Boyd, skeleton. Skeleton, Boyd, skeleton. What's this stuff over here? Wait, what? Collected cards? What do you mean collected cards? Wait, oh, it's like a compendium? Ah, very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. A compendium of all the cards you have. That's really cool. I wonder what do we need to explore outside? Because I was thinking that maybe like they might be like in different locations, and maybe like if one of them is like, if the skeleton, maybe the two are in the demonic place, and maybe one is up here. So if we go up here, maybe. Now that we have the monocle. See, there's like particles over here. Oh my god, that's so cool! I thought we were gonna click on it. That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Few players visit me here. I sometimes ponder what my gameplay purpose was. Oh, it's clear now that you wish to know more. What can I tell you? I've glimpsed the old data, and I will not speak of it as kindness.
I know the old data.
I will repeat myself, I will speak nothing of the old data. To know it is to die.
But you players are never deterred by that. What can I tell you? It is corrupt knowledge, evil that has corrupted this disc. Inscryption the good? What? There's an evil power that corrupted this whole disc, so maybe like the floppy disk we're playing on is corrupted. There is something that has changed it. It used to be good, possibly.
What can you know as to scribes? They don't seem to care for human life. Leave me here to ponder and carve my wood. Being Leshy's puppet has given me much to ponder.
So you're Leshy's puppet.
Goodbye for now.
Man, so I guess that's like a little bit of confirmation. I thought these are like little wood Oh, it's the wood carver. Very cool. Okay, wait, so we found out this from the actual particles here, so maybe we should look for more particles on the map. That's really awesome. But again, what's really, really cool about that is that we now have confirmation that like this maybe used to be something good, but like it's become corrupted over time. Something corrupted the data of this disc, something evil. There's no good old shark, so maybe we should check the dead area then. Hey, Leshy.
What a cool dude. What a cool dude Leshy is, right? Good old Leshy. Leshy's a cool dude. Kinda scary.
Anything here? Oh, wait. This guy? Is this the DD monocle?
You have no...
Oh, it's an offering you want. Sorry, okay. We need to find an offering for him. What does he want? Bacon? Bacon cheese fries? Oh, and that's the mirror that changes you. Maybe not here then? I thought we were gonna like look at parts of the map and then like it worked for one thing clearly, but oh. Waterborne. When drowned soul damages another creature, that creature perishes. Really cool. Okay, and 4 bones as well. That could be actually really good for our deck. Bony. Bony skibony. Should we check the robot area? I'm back. Bony skibony. Come in. Bony. Bony skibony. We're here. Just to see if there's anything we can see here. What about that gray block? Is it still there, or did you bring it up here? I think you brought it up there. Bony skibony. Okay, let's... Let's go back to the tower, I guess. Unless I'm missing, unless we can go to this area over here and check if there's anything different here. Now we have the particle thing. I guess not. We only need to defeat one more, by the way, and we're happy out. Oh, I forgot about this. Ah, there's more characters here.
Sometimes I try the spot. Find good fish, corrupted fish, old fish.
Woof, you probably saw that bridge is fixed. Now they want me to give you a deck building tips. Like, use your rare cards. They're more powerful than common cards, but I'm sure sick of being around these scribes. Each has a more twisted ambition than the last, I tell you.
So it's interesting because now we have 2 descriptions of the scribes from people. One of them being that, like, that they don't care for human life or they don't care for life in general. And the other one being that, like, they have sick and twisted ambitions.
Leshy, the guy's insane. Wants to use challengers like you as his playthings. To make it more perverse, he thinks you'll actually enjoy it.
I got that vibe.
Oh yeah, try to use a mix of different type of cards in your deck to fully utilize your bones and blood and energy. Woof. PO3, that bot is planning something, all right. It's got the dredger working overtime. Huh? Oh. Many cards from other temples are better sacrifice fodder than the squirrels. For example, bone heaps can be sacrificed early, but have utility in the late game.
So he's saying that PO3 is planning something, okay.
Grimora wants to bring it all down, I swear. But more of as a mercy, I think. She's probably right. There's something pretty nasty dating on this disc. A deck focused on magical cards can be very powerful. Try picking 2 of your best gem colors instead of going for all 3.
Okay, that's an interesting tip. You know what's so interesting about this? This adds up to the idea of what we just heard about the corruption of the disc, right? And Grimora wanted to bring it all down. She also said to reconsider becoming a scribe. Maybe she's not saying reconsider becoming a scribe for me. Maybe she's saying reconsider becoming a scribe at all. So Grimora maybe wants to bring this down because it is corrupted. Leshy, we kind of like were on the path of like, yeah, we kind of pictured that with Leshy. And then when it comes to PO3, I guess he's planning something. Did I exhaust your dialogue?
Boat scribe only. In case bad happen. Back up, Leshy says.
Oh, so we have to become a scribe to do that?
Cards activated abilities are some of the most powerful. Balance your resources accordingly. What? You want to know about Magnificus? Mysterious guy. We all have our theories, of course. Some say he actually wants. No, it's too terrible to say. Woof. Woof.
Okay, that's so interesting as well. We're learning more about the scribes as well. It has to be in the tower then, right? That's just something I'm... Oh, wait. No, I thought these were flashing for a reason here. The door here, can we open it? Can we click on some of this stuff here? Because, like, we've only seen one thing on the outer map that leads us to see, like, this type of thing here. And the hint was... skeleton... Is it the type of cards we should have? Wait. Oh my god. There it is. Skeleton, bird, skeleton. There it is. Whoa! What the hell? Ah! Oh my god. Wait, is this the guy in the jar? Remember the sludge guy?
The pain is unbearable. My organs are melting.
Oh my god, this design. Look at this, the goop.
Do you see? Magnificent turned me into a... Go for my final exam.
That is horrible. Again, great design, but obviously, like, shows the lack of care for, like, life that these scribes have.
I just need to defeat one more challenger. Then I will earn my rightful place. My rightful place in the deck of the master as one of his prized cards. Nothing will stop me.
Oh my god, man. Poor freaking card here. Oh, I love the backdrop as well. The sparkly magic here as well. Okay, I want to keep an eye on the battery this time around too, because I want to see like how much battery is charged by using these cards. So like we could start off getting 3 damage if we wanted to right away. But then we wouldn't have much of a sacrifice after that as well. So I might keep one skeleton. See, this is the big problem here, right? Unless, like, if we destroy these guys, or destroy this, does it weaken these guys? Because maybe they need a Mox? Oh, the Mounted Green Gems gives them enough power, yep. Perfect. Similar type of method, I guess, but now we can bring that forward as well if we wanted to. I might actually wait. No, because we're going to take 3 damage anyway. It's weird, guys, but I might actually wait. I know we're going to take 3 damage, but... hear me out. Hear me out, bubs. And now I guess it's impossible for them to gain power. Well, we actually can summon the cub if we do this. I think we should end the turn here and let them do, yeah, to summon a skeleton. Unless they can do something around here, yeah, I think we've trapped them. This actually, like, puts, like, a lot against them as well, actually. In fairness. But now they have the power, they will have the power to summon a gem, so building up our team is probably a good idea on this side until they get the ability to get a gem as well. Bringing out the elk. Elky baby. Yep, like building up our team on this side while they're doing that is actually not a terrible idea, I feel. Because they might summon a gem now any moment. And just attacking now will be a good idea, right? For sure. Yeah. I think trapping them is actually a good method of doing this then. Trapping them is actually a great method. Ghost Ship is such a good card. Especially with a deck like mine, which is all about, like, sacrificing cards and stuff. Yeah. Perfect stuff. Okay.
Foils gained.
Yeah, really fun stuff. I feel bad for this guy, though, because, like, yeah, this is horrible. Yo, please. Like, it's so bad. Like I don't want it to be like this. Please, just tell him after I passed. Oh, my God, he won't know the difference. Here, take this back. That's so bad, man. Again, that disregard for life as well. This poor thing. When Master Orlu deals damage directly, draw a card from each... okay. That's an interesting card as well, okay.
Here, I can open the door for you.
Oh my God, that's so dark, man. This poor little... Is that the sludge thing that was in the jar then? Because that's so... That's so dark. That's so dark, guys. Yeah, we might end the video here, guys, but, like, what a freaking amazing game this is. I'm having, like, an absolutely astoundingly incredible time with this, and I'm having such a good, like, experience with this. Yes, I fail sometimes, but I feel like it's one of those things where, like, it's gonna happen, you know, it definitely is gonna happen, and we're gonna have, like, times where we're, like, we're not doing the best in the world, but there's gonna be times then when we feel triumphant, and I feel like that's the whole point of, like, making it feel, like, really fantastic as well, right? So, like, I think that, like, in terms of, like, story, we actually did, like, true tiny little tidpieces, like, tidbits, I should say. We learned, like, a lot of, like, things from little tiny things, and I feel like that's what the storytelling is going for in this game as well, learning tiny things through, like, you know, or big things through tiny things. We learned that Grimora just now is trying to, it knows that this place is corrupted and maybe wants to put an end to all of this, even to the point that they also told us, like, yeah, don't become a scribe, reconsider maybe what you're doing. I thought they meant reconsider and become another scribe, but maybe they just meant don't replace them. Maybe they did just mean that, but yeah. We met the woodcarver who, like, was definitely talking about how, like, this place is corrupted, there's something wrong with this place, which I think would definitely add to the story of Luke on the outside of things too, because Luke is playing this game and there's definitely something wrong with this game when we came from the idea of, like, the original Leshy thing, right? Like, it felt too real, it felt too, like, oppressive and scary, and then, like, to switch to this 2D world, it does feel like there is something, like, crazy about this game as well. And it adds with the idea of, like, finding this in the woods. You know what I mean? So I do think that, like, works out in that sense too. It's a... How do I say it? It's a really, like... magnificent game at, like, doling out, like, those little tiny pieces, right? Where it's like, oh, someone says the game is corrupted. Wait, Luke found this in the woods when, like, you know, you shouldn't find a game like this in the woods. Oh, the company that is trying to get the game back is, like, desperately trying to get it back. Grimora wants to tear it all down because she believes there's corruption too. The woodcarver won't even talk about what's happening in this world. You know, those little things you go like, oh my God, there's, you know, it's obviously there's something wrong with this game. Obviously, there's something wrong with this, and there's something very powerful about this game as well. You know, it's not just a video game. It can't just be. There's something corrupted on the disc itself. The company knows it. Grimora knows it. The woodcarver knows it to the point that he doesn't even want to talk about, like, the old times with this game as well. It's a very interesting way, as we said, of doling out that information in such a really cool way. We also got to, like, learn information about, like, you know, the scribes in general, the idea of, like, Leshy and the scribes not really having, like, a care for, like, you know, they have, like, some, like, sadistic ideals behind them. Leshy, you know, uses people as pets, which I guess, like, you know, that would make sense, you know, why he had the green sludge in the jar, why he, like, had the stoat as like a robot like PO3. Maybe it is like this thing where he believes, and again, they said he believes that you genuinely enjoy this as well, which again, as we said before, we thought that he, like, at first I thought he wants like us to get better. No, he wants us to be better because he genuinely enjoys the hunt, but now we know that he like believes like everyone else loves this too. Like this, and that to me is like scary, right? Because you know, like you have someone who like is, and this is a bad analogy, but we use like basic analogies usually to like make them more expansive, like in terms of comparing them to the game. But like, if you ever have known a person who like is such an ass, you know, is such a bad person, and then like, you know, they genuinely, then if you like try to call them out for something, they genuinely will go, dude, like, you know, you're having fun too. And you're like, are you claiming that I'm having fun with you being an ass? It's like, are you saying this? Yeah, you're having fun too. At that point, you're just like, oh, this person's like beyond like, you know, a good conversational tactic. You know, like, I'm being mean to Jimmy because, you know, it's like, dude, stop being mean to Jimmy. No, like, I'm being mean to Jimmy because he's, you know, he gets it. It's like, no, like, he's not having fun. Like, it's like, he gets it. In this case, Leshy's like, I'm torturing people, but they love it. Like, it's fun. It's a thing we have. And it's like, that's scarier. It's scarier to know that he thinks that everyone's having a great time with this. You know, it's scary to think that he's like, man, what, aren't we pals? You know what I mean? He's like opening it, like he's at a birthday party. Dude, isn't it great that we all just love punishing each other? And it's like, Leshy, that's not what's happening. No, like, it's so funny. Like, you know, I punish you, you punish me. It's a great thing. It's like, no, Leshy, you're my pet. How fun. Yeah, it's a really interesting, like, dynamic there that makes Leshy even scarier, honestly, because Leshy's become maybe like, you know, because he was beaten first, he is perceived now. He went from being like the most dominant force in this game to being like something that we do think of like, okay, we beat Leshy, you know, he's the first guy we beat, he's easier to beat. But like what happens now because of the whole thing is like I feel like they did a good job of like rebuilding that through like the little tidbits of his story, and showing that like, yes, he is the easier one to beat, but he's still like probably one of the most sadistic out of the four. You know what I mean? And that's like a really great way of still like keeping the mythos of Leshy alive, you know? And also Grimoire being such an interesting character, because can I be honest? Like, I'm not saying Grimoire is a good person. I want to make that clear. But out of all of the three we've met so far, and now when we just saw what Magnificus was doing as well to this sludgy boy, we actually have this, I have this vibe that Grimoire does have like more of a like, more playful vibe that actually is playful, if you get me. Does that make sense? Am I wrong? And say maybe I'm maybe because someone's gonna be like, Calvin, you forgot about how she said that she wanted to like, you know, rip you apart, so maybe. But I guess like just out of the four so far, she seems like the least like, and this is interesting because I was gonna say least hateful towards us, but Leshy doesn't hate us. You know what I mean? PO3 looks down on us, but Leshy genuinely thinks that like we're pals, it seems. Leshy genuinely thinks that we're having a good time with him. And again, as I said, that's like really scary. We saw with Magnificus what they're doing, which is like, you know, training these like students, but like we saw the disregard once again for life, like by making these students into these like sludge monsters and basically saying you can become like my assistant basically if you actually beat someone in a duel, to the point that this desperate sludge is talking to us like, please tell him, you know. While like I think, and this is something I think is always like a really powerful weapon when it comes to a game like this, is that, again, it's whimsical, it's magical, it's a beautiful RPG, but there's always an undertone of, like, darkness. So what we have here now is, like, yes, the sludge monster is a funny image. Yes, the sludge monster being, like, trapped inside of, like, a wizard tower is, like, a whimsical type of thing. But when you really think about it, like, you know, it's also, like, I just realized there's a mushroom house over there. Did I not go into the mushroom house? We'll go there next time. You see there's, like, it's an entrance to the mushroom? I just noticed that. That's strange. But yeah, like, it is one of those things where I feel like, it's, while on the surface it's just like, oh, whimsical wizard keeps a sludge monster, you know, it's like, well, this sludge monster's begging to be freed, you know, it's a really dark idea behind the wizard as well. It's really dark. PO3 looks down on us, but again, it's very comedic the way PO3 looks down on us as well. But there is also, again, as the guy was saying, like, PO3 is planning something always. PO3 also looks down, like, looks down on Leshy as the reason why this is, like, I think he said, like, well, we're always back here. So I think they're all aware maybe of, like, a corruption that's happening. Maybe they're all aware of that, like, they're somehow maybe, like, trapped here or something. But PO3, like, is, like, in a very comedic way, does look down on us. And I think it's actually a very good balance for PO3 too. PO3 is funny because PO3 is, like, you know, talking about our deck in a bad way, talking about us in a bad way. But then PO3 is also, like, has the most like terrifying and like less whimsical arena. I think, again, as I said, intentionally so. When you go to the Wizard Tower, it's like, oh my god, magical, but there's like a dark undertone. When you go to like the graveyard, oh my god, this is a dark graveyard where people died and suffered here, but then there's a whimsical boss. You go to Leshy's place, it's like, oh, this is a dark, you know, there's a warmth to the place while also, as we said, still being kind of like very like quiet, and there's a encroaching darkness that's not just about the lack of light. You know what I mean? It feels very, very strange, and there's an evil vibe to it. And I think that like Leshy's place like then has more of a magical forest vibe with a dark tone, right? Of course. You go to like PO3's place, and it's just literally right away when you go there, it's like, oh my god, it's like ear bleeding, cold, aggressive, and then you have PO3 to balance it out in a way too, which I think, again, they're good at balancing all this stuff here. They're good at balancing the whimsical nature with the darkness, and I think they've done a good job with that really, really well. And I really like it. I like battling all these people, and I like doing the battles in this game too. Right now, like, our knowledge of the story is there's something corrupted about this game. Luke has obtained this game and is playing this game. The company wants this game back, like, for hell or high water, to the point that they're willing to break into, like, his house to get this game. The scribes in the game also talk about this being corrupted. The other characters in the game talk about being corrupted. The wood carver talks about this game being corrupted. There is a corrupted game that Luke is playing right now that is clearly dangerous to the point that the company is, like, dying to get this back. And that's what we know about the story right now. And there's also a thing where, like, all the scribes... we will be replacing a scribe, but one of them wants us to reconsider doing this. The other ones are like, you should reconsider replacing the zombie one, because it's like, well, Grimora is like, I forget the name she used to describe it, like PO3 seems to look down on everyone, so like maybe that's not like a good judge of character. But there is like something here where like, we're going to be figuring out more and more what to do with this corruption. Is it a thing where all these like creatures like are also victims of this thing as well? How is Luke going to come into the Luke stuff is like the most interesting thing. It's like, how is he going to play into this as well? You know, how is Luke going to, how is the whole Luke situation going to play out with, as it pertains to the corruption in this game as well? Because he's already being affected mentally by it because of the company and like the actual game being so weird as well. You can tell he's not even able to open cards anymore, but I really want to know how he feels about this as well. In terms of the actual gameplay itself, this game is addictive. It's so addictive. It's so fun to play. And I said it last time, one of the reasons why I feel like I did even more poorly than I should have in the last duel with Grimora was because I was like pretty much just had this like, because it seems like I was like bashing my head against the wall with this, with like, oh, I'll just change little pieces here, little pieces there. The reality was I was in like a trance of just like, this is so much fun regardless of losing. That like sometimes you have to step back and be like, well, it's gonna be even more fun when I do like a cool strategy, right? But at the time you're just like, I love playing this, it's so much fun, it's so much fun, it's so much fun. And in this game, it's constantly fun. We talked about how, like, again, as I said, like, when you find a strategy, it's like the most fun thing in the world. Or when you use their own strategies against them. And the three examples I have now is like with Grimora, we figured out that like quick damage is the best way to beat Grimora as quick as possible, and having a few extra cards to have a bit of leeway during the battle as well. We found out then with PO3, unintentionally you could say as well, but we knew that PO3 had the conveyor belt stuff, which again worked for him and against him. I think it worked more against him than for him. I think we got a lot of advantages with that in that case too. But once we like were able to utilize that with the Mantis god, it was over. That was the luckiest I think I've ever been. But while I call it lucky as well, I also think it's one of those things where like we realized early on that we should not use our most powerful card in the first turns, because that means he will be able to use those against us, and that just devastated us. But using the Mantis card means he goes second, so we still have like one turn to attack him. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say like I intentionally did the skeleton Mantis card trick. That's not what happened, but I'm saying like it's really cool that we were able to utilize the conveyor belt and the fact that he duplicates the cards, and it worked against him, like heavily so, and that felt amazing. The other example we have as well, obviously, is the pelts that we originally had too. There's 4 examples. The other one was the pelts, where we went back and reutilized the pelts. Also the fisherman in the original 3D space as well, where we like utilize that space to actually like defeat the fisherman. You know what I mean? Where we realized you had to defeat him very fast. And then also, again, this wasn't a strategy, but it was something that like worked out so well, where the Stoat having cards that having ability that does a one-hit kill actually defeated the moon in 2 seconds. Like, there's ways you can exploit this game that are just they're just the rules. It's not even like cheating. It's just literally like you can use the oppressive nature of like the cards that are against you, whether it be the conveyor belt, whether it be Gamora's like, quick battle strategy, whether it be the moon being so high damage and so much health, but then also your cards, like again, the abilities you have, like again, one hit kills. You can utilize those things to defeat those cards, and I think it's honestly a really strong way that they do this. So I came away from this kind of like feeling like, just like in a normal card game, exploiting a enemy's weakness can also just mean utilizing their strength and turning it into a weakness, right? The strength of Gamora, as we said, was the fact that she has so much quick damage so quickly. So get her out of there as quick as possible, right? The strength of PO3 is that he's able to use his ability to like copy our card and transfer it to his side. Okay, lower level card, let him use that then and see how that works out for him, The strength of, like the robot cards even is like the fact that they have like this really cool power-up ability, but once you defeat the power ability, they have nothing left. The stuff with the sludge guy here as well, what we did there was like we trapped him there. And again, I'm not saying it was intentional. I was like, oh, we trapped him there. I realized we trapped him there. And we can do that maybe in the future as well, where like he's forced to like summon like 4 cards that are like not able to do any damage. So it's actually a really cool way of doing this. And again, as I said, 50% intentional, I think 50% luck. And I think it's what's so fun about card games. It's like, oh, we can do this. Oh, we did that. And that's what's really fun about it as well. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, I intentionally trapped him there. No, like it's a fun thing. Some of this stuff is intentional in terms of our ideas, and some of the stuff like you get lucky, but that is card games. That is trading card games. It's like, oh my god, I have an opening here. Oh my god, I can do this. And I miss stuff sometimes too. I think it's like 50% luck and 50% obviously strategy, but I think also at the same time too, there's also like, if you can go over the 100%, we can say there's also like maybe like a little bit of a element where I forget some strategies. So like you guys pointed out, you're like, oh, you could have done this. Oh, you could have done that. You could have done this. And it's like, yeah, there was plenty of times where I could have probably won even easier, but like, it's kind of fun that like we've gotten this far, and every element of it's been fun. Even when I was losing to Grimoire for like an hour straight, like, it didn't feel like an hour. Like, guys, I'm just being honest with you. When I edited that video and that video turned out to be 2 hours long or so, maybe a little bit less, legitimately, I remember like being like, what? Like, I thought that I was playing Grimoire for like 30 minutes, maybe. And I checked the video and I was like, and I cut out some of it because like it was like, as I said, like in the video, I cut out some of it because like some of the stuff is just like, oh, there's, maybe 2 or 3 losses, but I acknowledge that I lost those other 2 or 3 times. Even with that, it was like, oh my god, like this wasn't like an hour and a bit. That's crazy. It felt like 20 minutes. It felt like 30 minutes. And that's a testament to how good this game is. Yeah, it's a really fantastic game, guys. I'm addicted to it. And if I can say as well, and I might put the message before this video as well, maybe. But you guys have been awesome. Like, it's been so great having you guys as an audience. It's so great having such a supportive and beautiful audience. And I get the energy off the Inscryption audience that there is obviously going to be an element of people that are trying to, poke at me a little bit and be like, hey, do this or that. There's going to be an element of people critiquing. And again, I think it's totally okay, 100%. But I think also at the same time, too, there's also an element here that I love so much about Inscryption. And that is the fact that the audience very clearly loves this game to death, to the point that they like reliving the game through this playthrough, and then also they like seeing how other people are doing their strategies, and also they just love people playing Inscryption. That to me is a really fun aspect, and you can tell that from the audience too. But yeah, guys, if you want to see these videos early, you can do so on YouTube members or on Patreon. 10 out of 12 Inscryption videos every single month are early. The Tuesday video on the Rome Reacts week usually isn't early, but that's just because it can sometimes be early, sometimes be not. It just sometimes there's a problem, but obviously Rome Reacts is usually an 8-hour video, so it takes some time to create and stuff like that as well. So this usually is the one that takes the hit, not intentionally. So it's not like I went oh, Inscryption, you take the hit. You know what I mean? You take it. It's just the Tuesday time slot as well. But if you want your name going by in the text credits on the screen, that's €10. And if you want your name to be read out at the end of every single video, that is €15. And I want to say thank you so much to my patrons of the highest tier first, that being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Minazuma, Delicious Felix, Yuld, Anusta, Yasassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, Heike Sparian, Neo Showerite, Leah 200, Malcolm Kunde, Axstar21, and the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco and Musanagi. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.